House. Refusal to answer relevant questions in this committee. And I will just like again to manifest doon kay General Roderick Mariano and Colonel Cabradilla, please answer the query of all the members of this committee directly with all honesty because you are under oath. Or else, wala kami magawa. We might cite you also in contempt. That's all, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
May I be recognized, Mr. Chair?
Colonel Cabradilla, sige, go ahead.
Yes, sir. I would like to make a manifestation, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, just to correct the information earlier that you have said. It was correct that I am the chief of the controllership division of the Southern Police District during that time, but the report on which I was included in this inquiry was the making of I helped the investigator in making the second progress report, Mr. Chair, and not the first progress.
Okay, in that case, Congressman Paduano, we will be discussing the issue of Colonel Cabradilla in a while. So before we discuss that, the chair would like to proceed with the motion of Congressman Tulfo with some amendment by Congressman Bosita. But in relation to the penalty that we will be subscribing to this violation, we need also a motion on this. Siguro ano na lang, ipag-isa na lang po natin yung motion, no? So what will be the penalty for this violation? So under section C, 30 days detention on this premises.
It's up to the chairman of the committee kung ilang days. Walang ano yun, pwede ngang until, but dapat definite yung period until the committee report will be approved in the plenary. Pwede rin yan, pwede rin 30 days, pwede 15 days. It's up, it depends on the decision of this committee. Kasi hindi siya na-fall sa E and F, which is only 10 days, maximum 10 days. So it's up to the committee if 1 month ba, 2 months ba.
Yes, and I believe that this is a collective body that we have to discuss. So it will not be just the chairman who will decide on the length of the period of the penalty, but rather on the wise motion of each and every member of this committee. So any suggestion, Congressman Flores?
Mr. Chair, other than the period of detention, Mr. Chair, it is also up to the committee as the place of detention, Mr. Chair. And for me, I recommend that we place them in the Quezon City Jail, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, if I may.
So there is a supplemental motion, but is it a motion or a recommendation?
It's a recommendation,
So-
Mr. Chair, because this motion has already been approved to cite them in contempt.
No, not yet.
And,
Not yet.
oh,
So,
not yet?
there is a motion by Congressman Tulfo, and we haven't acted on the motion
Oh,
yet,
okay.
considering that there was a amendment to the motion that was done by Congressman Bosita, and considering also that we have not tackled yet the penalty, so we will be asking the members to
Yes, sir.
to have the final penalty that will be meted out for these PNP personnel.
Very well, Mr. Chair.
So there is a recommendation of those who have been who will be cited in contempt by this hearing will be brought into Quezon City Jail. But with that, I would like to have a
Mr. Chair,
Congressman
If I
Busita,
may.
and then afterwards a 1-minute suspension. Go ahead, Congressman Busita.
Mr. Chair, considering na sila po ay police personnel, if I may, kung pwede po ay wag na lamang sa City Jail at dito na lamang po sa Kongreso.
Siguro ang gawin natin muna, since the recommendation of Congressman Gonzales have not been acted yet, since it is just a recommendation, we will be having a penalty of 10 to 15 days, and then subject to what action that will be taken by this body in the next hearing. So,
Anyway, Mr. Chairman.
sige, go ahead.
Anyway, Mr. Chairman, this is an ongoing, no? Siguro marathon. Depende sa chairman yan, marathon ba to? Basta this is not the first, second, and the last hearing. Now, ako, I talked to the moment kay Congressman Tulfo. Ako okay din ako na 15 days. But of course, every hearing, Within that 15 days, papatawag kayo. Pag ayaw nyo pa rin mag-cooperate, ayaw sumagot, all depends on the members of this committee and the chair kung i-extend yung contempt order sa inyo, detention order nyo. So, ako, Mr. Chairman, I have consulted with Congressman Tulfo. I move to detain them for 15 days in the premises of the House.
Okay.
Oh.
So, all
Thank
right.
you, Mr. Chairman.
So, there is a motion by this is the parliamentary status of the motion of Congressman Tulfo with regards to the violation that was committed by the PNP personnel to cite them in contempt. And there was a previous amendment by Congressman Bosita enumerating the following PNP personnel. And then there is another amendments on the motion that will be the penalty that will be meted out for these PNP personnel will be a period of 15 days and in the premises of this House of Representatives, considering the recommendation of
I will
Congressman
withdraw.
Flores that they be committed on the Quezon City Jail until such time that they have meted out the truthfulness of what transpired based on the CCTV and the BWC.
With the pronouncements of the chair, I will withdraw my recommendations, Mr. Chair, and based with the consultations with the members. But just as a reminder also to
Yeah.
those who have been cited in contempt, that it is at the option of the committee where they can be detained. And maybe there
Correct.
may be security concerns for them to be detained in Quezon City Jail. But for me, the least comfort, maybe it will jog their memory, Mr. Chair, and be more truthful in the next hearings, Mr. Chair.
And I really agree with that. And with that, with sadness in our hearts, alam naman natin hindi natin gusto to. But lying in front of all of us is something that parang you hit us right in front of our face. Na alam naman natin na nangyari. That you have done something on the 27-minute period that was lacking. Masakit, but we will do our job. This is our work, and we will do the best out of it. So with the motion of Congressman Erwin Tulfo, any second the motion on the said motion? There's a second motion.
Second the
Any
motion.
objection? Hearing none, the motion is now approved. So the Sergeant of Arms is being directed to bring all these personnel after the hearing. Okay. So we'll be continuing with our hearing. Congressman Akop, sino ba nakalagay sa listahan? No, not yet. We will not be allowing them to leave yet or bring in the detention center of this house. We will be discussing first yung involvement pa ng iba. Okay? So the chair would like to recognize the Congresswoman Cardema. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome po. So andito po si Congressman Flores. You have something to ask?
Yes, sir. Nagpalista
Congressman
po ako.
Flores.
If with the permission of the
Wait. Are you done, Congressman Tulfo? Sige, Congressman Flores, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just a few questions, Mr. Chair. Major Kiana, in the earlier questions of the other members of the committee, you were asked and you answered that you did not see the money. Now, the video was presented by the chair, and it obviously showed that you were aware that money was inside, and in fact, you covered it. Now, my question is, what prompted you to make untruthful answers to this committee?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Sinabi ko po kanina na nakita ko po yung pera. Wala po akong sinabi na hindi ko po nakita yung pera.
All right. So my mistake. Now, when you entered the room, and I understand securing the people inside for also the security of the members of the searching team. But why did it take 27 minutes as pointed out by the chairman before you were able to satisfactorily settle down and read them their rights?
Your Honor, pakiulit po yung tanong.
Kasi ang pinakita sa video na naputol niya for 27 minutes. Sabi ko, naintindihan ko yung pagpasok nyo, securing everyone else maybe before you read them their rights, etc., etc. That can take some time. But not 27 minutes. My question is, bakit 27 minutes before binasa yung rights at before pinakita yung search warrant to the people who were searched in the area?
Your Honor, ang makakasagot po niyan yung pong may hawak ng body worn camera. Kasi wala naman po akong instruction na i-off yung body worn camera.
Who gave the instruction then?
Hindi ko po alam, Your Honor, wala po akong instruction na ganun.
Okay, but then my question is, anong nangyari in that 27 minutes? You were there.
Yes, Your Honor. Sinicure po namin yung area, Your Honor, kasi tapos yung mga Chinese, Your Honor, hindi namin maintindihan kung ano po yung mga sinasabi nila. Nag-provide po kami, nagtanong po kami doon kung sino pong pwedeng makapag-translate doon po sa mga sinasabi ng mga Chinese. Lumabas po doon yung babae, si Arlene, at nagkaroon po ng mga pag-uusap at para po maintindihan yung mga sinasabi ng mga Chinese kasi hindi po sila marunong mag-English.
Okay. Now, Colonel Guevara. Nandun ka rin, di ba? 27 minutes, Colonel Guevara.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
What did you do for 27 minutes inside that very small unit?
Just to give you a background, Mr. Chair. Before the operation that took place, I divided the team, the whole team into four teams, Mr. Chair. Then my participation during that operation, Mr. Chair, is that after I read the search warrant, I instructed to go with
My question, you read them the warrant after 27 minutes.
No, Mr. Chair. If you can see with the CCTV, Mr. Chair, I initially read that search warrant when we settled down when you see the CCTV, Mr. Chair. The moment we settled down, I already read the search warrant. I read it again with Arlene, Miss Arlene, Mr. Chair, for them to understand.
To translate.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay, now, Sergeant Desder, this is not the first time that you were involved in the enforcement of a search warrant, correct?
Hindi po.
Same with what's the family name? Sergeant Democrito, correct?
Yes,
So
sir.
usually the service of search warrant just takes 1 day, correct? Or hours nga lang minsan, di ba? Tama ba?
Pardon po, Your
Ang
Honor.
pag-enforce ng search warrant or pag-enforce ng search warrant, does it take days or usually just hours lang? Ilang oras lang?
Depende po sa klase ng operation, Your Honor.
So what was the longest time na you enforced a search warrant? Umabot ba ng 3 araw ang pag-search ng premises?
No, Your Honor.
Kaya nga, my question is, usually, in your experience, ilang oras or ilang araw ang pag ano ng search warrant?
So far po, ito pa lang po yung pinakamatagal ko po na experience.
Pinakamatagal na to. Ilang oras to?
More or less mga 5 hours.
5 hours.
5 hours.
Yet, 5 hours lang ang pag-execute ng warrant na to, yet you brought 2 bags, bringing with you all of your belongings almost, di ba? Tama ba? Tama ba?
Pardon po, Your Honor.
Dala mo yung mga bags mo di ba? Kasya halos lahat ng gamit mo doon. Isang backpack at saka isang maleta.
Apo, Your Honor.
So normal ba yan na ma-execute ka ng search warrant, dala-dala mo lahat ng gamit mo?
No, Your Honor, hindi ko po dala yan during nung implementation of search warrant, Your Honor.
So saan yan?
After na po ng operation, Your Honor.
Kaya nga, but you were outside of your house and you were doing the operations. Are you telling us, this committee, that dala-dala mo yung lahat ng mga gamit mo? Kasi when you checked in, you said gamit mo yung mga dala mo
Noong nag-check-in na po, Your Honor.
Yeah.
But hindi na po covered yun ng operation po namin.
Hindi na. So you were able to go
After
home
po.
and get your things pa? You were able to go home and get your things? Go back to your office and get your things?
After po ng operation, Your Honor, dumiretso na po kami sa DSOU office. And then, since crowded na po kami doon at hindi po maan yung tulugan namin, nag-decide po kami na magpahinga naman po kami.
Magpahinga, mag-check-in.
Apo.
Okay, sorry. Colonel, conducted the investigation? Colonel Fermin. Sir, you testified earlier that from the interview with the other officers, you found out that there was money that was not yet reported, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, I'm not gonna ask you who these officers are, no, but can you tell me why these officers preferred to tell you after the fact and not prevent the officers conducting the search from keeping the money from your investigation?
So during the conduct of our investigation, aside from the first progress report wherein it was stated there that there was this presence of the 27 million, some of the members of the operating team also stated in their statements that they saw the money and they personally saw the money. That's why during the conduct of our investigation, we focused on the existence of that particular amount of money.
Kaya my question, kasi Colonel Delfin is focused on why would the other officers allow this thing to happen when they knew for a fact that it should have been reported and surrendered maybe to the office where it is supposed to be brought?
Well, sir, that would have been the biggest, the $1 million question, sir. Why they opted to hide that amount of money? That's why, sir, we are investigating as to the part of that. But as to why they opted to keep the money, sir, I think the best person to answer that would be the gentleman in front of me, sir.
Thank you, Colonel. Chairman, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, Congressman, before, are you going to ask na your turn? So, pasok natin si si Congressman Arrogancia, then Congressman Gonzaga. Then after you. Okay. Sige.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Arrogancia.
saglit lang naman. Pending question that I should have asked last week. Narito po ba si Patrolman Acosta? Pwede po bang sa kanya ko itanong yung mga gusto kong malamang tanong? Acosta. Okay po. Good afternoon, Patrolman Acosta. I would like to remind you that you're under oath. At nakita mo rin ang ibang mga kasamahan natin dito ay na-cite in contempt. So, ang tatanungin ko sa iyo ay relevant question doon sa missing na video because you were the one who's handling the BWC. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sinabi niyo po dati nung last hearing natin na inutusan po kayo na
Yes, Your Honor.
ito po ay final na tanong ko sa inyo dahil unang-una po yan po yung missing link natin, yung video na dapat tuloy-tuloy po na naka-on. May nanakot po ba sa inyo kaya nyo po in-off ang inyong BWC?
Your Honor, nung time kasi, Your Honor, na pinatay po yung
Question
PW.
lang po ito, simple lang po. Hindi naman po dahil sa ayaw kayo pagpaliwanagin pero kaharap nyo po ang inyong mga officers at alam po nila ang totoo. Sagutin nyo po ako ng totoo. Tinakot po ba kayo? Kaya nyo in-off ang inyong BWC?
Inutusan po, Your Honor.
Tinakot kayo?
Inutusan po, Your Honor, at sumunod lang po ako sa superior ko.
Tinakot kayo o hindi? I would like to remind you that you're under oath. Ayaw kong matulad ka doon sa kapalaran ng ibang mga kasamahan natin dito. So bilang isang batang pulis at bilang isang pulis na naniniwala ako na magsasabi ka ng totoo, tinakot ka ba para i-off mo ang body-worn camera?